Greetings and welcome to Saturday Night Football. Dennis Cometti here. Well, I can understand why the players don't like to travel, but it is great to be back in Melbourne. Tonight we're here at the MCG. I'm delighted to be sharing the mic for this match with Matthew Richardson. Welcome.
Thanks, Dennis. I've been looking forward to this one all week. Practice matches offer the ideal scenario for experimentation, Dennis. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
Tonight's match between the Swans and the Eagles. The batters look great as the players get set to run through them.
Shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, the Sox will go in.
We have the toss of the coin. West Coast kicking to the right of screen. I can't wait for this encounter to begin, and I think the crowd would agree with me too. They're on the edge of their seats. Here we go. It's Sydney versus the Eagles. The ball in the hands of Curtis kicks it out of congestion. A mark by Lacroix. 45 metres out. Bumps the pigskin. A good mark under the circumstances. 40 metres out. A set shot on a 30-degree angle. 25 metres out. Cripps going for number one. Chalk up a goal for West Coast. The Ruckman conscious of where their teammates are. They wait for the bounce. Guided down nicely by Nat Nui. Mitchell, I've got no idea how he managed to get that out. Somehow found more room on the boundary than Wayne Harms. Oh, gee, just couldn't pull it off. We'll have a throw in. The Rucks are going at it. Guided by Nat Nui. Mitchell collects. Jams it on the boot now. The mark is taken by Prittis. Goes towards half forward. Nice mark there. Hill lines it up a long way out. Slams it on the boot. No contest for that mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. Marston guides it. Aaliyah delivers a nice bump for Darling. He kicks it gun barrel straight. West Coast have scored the last 2 goals. Pressure really being applied now at this early stage to the Swans.
Kennedy is a first-class decision maker. He appears relatively unhurried when under pressure and constantly finds the best option in heavy traffic. What a great skill.
Superb handball. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. Sydney kick there first. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Both Rucks have a fair shot at this one.
Nat Nui has so much potential, he could just be anything. Canterbury gets possession. Franklin dishes it off to the running man. Head down, going for goal. A goal to Sydney. Score's level now.
All is in readiness. And there's the bounce. Naismith taps. McGovern gets it on the bounce. Marston with the mark.
Maston, he's really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. Grundy gets a fist to it. Smith gets possession. Franklin with the ball. He steadies now in front of goal. Franklin with the shot. It's in the air. Franklin sinks the long kick.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Naismith wins the tap. Terrible timing by Naitanui. Kicks to the square. Kennedy claims the ball. Chips it down towards half forward. Patley marks it. Shoots off the handball. No good tackling him there, mate. There's nothing to damage. High tackle. A short handball. Dio knocks the ball loose with a big tackle. Shot at goal by Rowan. That was a narrow miss. Sydney by 7 points. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Schofield waiting to bring it back into play. The mark is taken by Prittis. Sends it on its way. Marked by Mitchell. Kicks. Hill grabs that one. Jams it on the boot now. Lloyd gets the upper hand. He wants to play on. With the quick hands. A spiraling torpedo from Grampy. The ball bounced favourably for Franklin. And they like it behind the goals. He likes it. Goal. The Swans off to a good start.
Sydney could just playing kick to kick out there and have barely had to crumb a loose ball in the forward line.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Naismith wins the tap. Terrible timing by Naitanui. Has it now.
Hanbury's half a yard quicker in his head, but he can still put on the afterburners. West Coast needs to do a better job and gain more clearances at the moment. They're getting absolutely smashed in the contest. It's really starting to show on the scoreboard. And the ball is out of play. And the umpire will throw it in. He hits it. He picks it up cleanly.
Hanbury beats the hand pass out. Sends the Sharon on its way. The mark is taken by McGovern. McGovern sends one up towards the wing. Strong mark by Hill. Kicks it. Shuey claims it. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop punt. Boyd takes the mark.
The Swans are having shots for goal on the run rather than looking to hit targets inside 50. And why shouldn't they when they have so many quality kicks in the team? Has the mark all to himself. Sending it on its way. Good mark.
Opportunity for Darling. He'll need his Saturday or Sunday best from here. Going for goal number 1. Nice hands. Lining up the goal now. 15 metres out. Kennedy has the chance to add one more to his tally. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce. One down by Naismith. Hanbury on the ball at the moment. Moves it quickly by hand. Franklin heads in for the goals. Chalk up a goal for Sydney. West Coast will have to start putting in some effort if they want a chance in this game. The umpire has bounced the ball. Punch by Naismith. Hanbury with the football. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. Booted by Heaney. Franklin marks. Would you back him in from here, Richo?
It's just too far out for him, Dan.
This will have to be his very best kick to score from this range. He's on a 30-degree angle. Sydney could score the last 2 goals. Pressure really being applied now at this early stage to the Eagles.
Franklin is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
Mitchell clearly doesn't get enough attention. Boots it. Great mark.
Smith got a really good footballing brain. Puts power behind that kick. Hanbury takes the mark. He chooses to play it on. He handballs it. McVeigh with the kick. McGovern with a strong mark.
Boots it. Naitanui was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. A lot of possessions for him. No contest for that mark. Hand passed by Mitchell. Naitanui takes aim for goals. Fantastic goal by Naitanui. The scoreboard starting to worry the Eagles now. A dead straight bounce. Big thump from Naismith is in his possession. The umpire will give us another ball up. Naismith with the punch. Goes by hand. He gets another possession. Franklin with the goal. This lead getting bigger now. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. And there's the bounce. Nat Nui decisively. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Dowling slams it on the boot, and the mark will be paid. Low kick. It was all his. Sends the Sharon on its way. Takes that one strongly. Inside 50 now. They can't seem to maintain possession. They simply handed it over. Smith with the tap. Nat Nui on the ball at the moment. The ball is on the ground, and it's picked up by Grundy. He just can't get out of the action. Naismith keeping it low. Good mark by Willingham. He handballs it. McGovern returns it. Boots it. Good mark by Jack.
Jack is quite clean, picking up the ball on the half volley. Cunningham hits it. Schofield onto the ball. Good hand skills there. He gets boot to the ball. Nat Nui with the ball. He slams that on the boot. Hill with the mark.
Sends the Sharon on its way. Nice mark under pressure. Lecrac will be kicking from, as they would say, downtown. Kennedy with the mark. Don't take too long lining up for goal. Invariably, the mind messes up more shots than the body. Kennedy executes the goal well. The Ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Tap to advantage. I think he just wants attention. Tackle, but gets the handball off. Dowling has the ball. Puts boot to ball. Marks. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. 35 metres out. A 45-degree shot is not too hard. He just has to keep his cool. 2 goals will see the Eagles in the lead. The Ruckman giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui with the mighty fist. Penetrating hand pass. Kicked by Kennedy. McGovern marks. Gets boot to high. The mark is taken by Rowan. Works it across the ground. He gets above the crowd. He takes the shot. Going. He bangs it through. Sydney in front.
Franklin often has to shoot with very little time and space. He just has that innate sense of knowing where the goals are, even when he's being tackled.
Prentice gets the ball. He gathers the loose ball. Dowling decisively. Shuey runs in. Sends the ball into the 50. He steadies now in front of goal. 25 metres out. He's kicking on about 45 degrees from here. Kennedy, urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. That's a very well-executed goal. 2 goals would change the lead in favour of West Coast.
Kennedy would have to be one of the most consistent performers in the competition. He's the type of player every coach loves to have in his side.
Umpire not having a bar of that and signalling for a ball up. Naismith taps it. Handballs from the tackle. Parkick bumps. Franklin collects. That's holding the ball. He did have prior opportunity. The Rass slams it on the boot. Has he? Yes, he's paid it.
McGovern may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. Good mark. He handballs it. Franklin goes for goal. Only a behind. Sydney are on top of the Eagles.
It's not the score he was looking for. McGovern got under it. Anything that goes that far needs a stewardess. McVeigh grabs that one. He hand passes the ball. Jams it on the boot now. Papley will be upset with that. He's got it. Cunningham. It's with him now. Parkick with the mighty fist. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Franklin starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, it depends on the side. The Swans beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 56 to 42. Here we go. Nat Nui decisively. Handballs from the tackle. He runs into the goal. Gets boot to leather. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Aaliyah with his head down, running for home. Sydney have scored the last 2 goals. Sydney by 20 points. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Nat Nui guides it, gets the loose ball. And the ball goes sailing out of bounds. The ruckmen are locked in battle. Naismith, not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. Shuey on the borderline of his range. A set shot on a 45-degree angle. The Swans are in the lead by 20.
The Swans will be happy with the early scoreboard pressure they are applying to West Coast. They are setting the standard out there, and it will be interesting to see how the Eagles can come back after the break.
Is there anything interesting in the stats, Richo?
The tackling abilities on display from both sides appear close on the scoreboard, with the Swans on 12 and West Coast on 9. Both teams are neck and neck for handball disposals.
Enlightening, Richo. finished and play is set to commence.
Just keep going. Everybody gets better if they keep at it.
Franklin heads in for the goals. It's in the air, kicks one for goal and misses. Not many players can make it from that distance.
Let's play on.
It's not the score he was looking for. A kick to himself and play on by Schofield. And the mark will be paid. Gets boot to high. Takes it well.
Nat Nui is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. He gets boot to the ball. It's a mark. He steadies now in front of goal. Jeddah boots it. Cripps wins the contested ball. He kicks the ball. Strong mark there.
Distance could be the problem. Great grab. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. Cripps going for number 2. You wouldn't believe it. It shaved the goalpost. I would have expected him to nail that. Going for goal number 2. Pinpoint accuracy from Aaliyah. We'll be happy with goal number 2. The lead has been increased. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Bounce goes the ball. Nat Nui with the tap. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Tap by Hill. Tap by Darling. A clean pickup. He gathers the loose ball. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. The Eagles need to put in everything they have to try and turn this one around.
Hill can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
Mitchell thinks that was holding the ball and the umpire agrees. Mitchell sends the ball on its way.
Shuey is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion. He puts power behind that kick. Darling marks it. He gets boot to the ball. Nat Nui with a strong mark.
A chance to add one more to his tally. Marked by Aaliyah. He opts to play on. Something has gone on behind play, and there will be a free kick. Nice mark there. Boots it. Takes that one strongly. Chips it down towards half forward. He gets above the crowd.
The Swans haven't taken many inside 50 forward marks, and their ability to nail goals on the run is what's keeping them in front of West Coast. He takes the footy. Darling being paid the free, lining it up with the goal now, sending it on its way.
Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies, just get them in flying formation. Nat Nui manages to sneak it through. He's bagged a couple now. Momentum shifting back their way now. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The bounce straight down. Tapped by Naismith. He timed the release to perfection. Prentice clearly doesn't get enough attention. Don't know how he managed to get that out of the pack. He gives the ball away. Wellingham with the ball. He grabs it on the run. I think he just wants attention. Mitchell with the running catch. He's had lots of touches this match. Cripps shoots off the handball. Dowling running in, about to kick. He'll want to avoid the catch after that display. Disappointing kick there.
Sydney just seem to hit every target with their disposal. They're just incredibly efficient in this match.
He'll be happy with that. That's number 3. Sydney, 5-19. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Nat Nui really gets onto this one. Jeddick puts the ball in the hands of fate. Prentice kicks it. Nat Nui wins the marking contest.
Nat Nui is just in a world of his own. He just levitates for those marks and the ball goes out of bounds. A good fist. Hill going for home. He grabs it, lining it up with the goal now.
Lecrac hammers the ball for goal. Lecrac goes goalward. It's true. He sinks his first goal. West Coast in trouble. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Look at that bounce. Naismith punches. Shot at goal by Franklin. He gave it a crack, but it sailed wide of the goal.
Let's play on.
He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Schofield can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy. Yo slams the ball to his boot. Gaff with the ball. Mitchell gets the footy.
Pinpoint accuracy from Franklin. Double figures. He gets number 10. The Ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Naismith punches. Passed by Kennedy. He collects the loose ball. And he's heading for home. Franklin scores with a beautiful kick, and they stretch out their lead. The Swans have scored the last 2 goals. The Swans in front. The ball bouncing well. Palms it down nicely. The loose ball picked up by Shuey. He receives the handball. Kennedy tries his luck with a shot at goal. They say you miss 100% of the shots you never take, so hopefully he can just shrug that one off. West Coast trailing by 25. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Aaliyah, you gotta pass the ball. Slams it on the boot. Rampy with the mark.
The Swans are having shots for goal on the run rather than looking to hit targets inside 50. And why shouldn't they when they have so many quality kicks in the team? He grabs it. Pritis intercepts the bouncing ball. Rowan grabs the ball on the bounce.
He brings it out of the pack. Great mark over the pack. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
It's just too far out for him, Dan.
A monster kick will be required from here. Franklin scoring from a long bomb. Franklin is simply unstoppable now. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Naismith gets onto the ball. Collected by Shuey. Slips the handball to Pritis. It's like he has the ball on a string. Trims the grass with that one. Hands like dinner plates.
Maston doesn't have the strongest marking hands in the league, but he's certainly very, very handy on the league. Smith wants to play on.
He lays off the pass. Aaliyah puts it on the boot. What a huge goal by Aaliyah. That's 4 in a row for the Swans. Sydney with the advantage as they lead West Coast 100-63. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Cleared by that Nui. Shuey on the ball at the moment. An easy grab for Cripps. Cripps with the shot. It's in the air. Couldn't seal the deal. They really needed a goal there. I would have expected him to nail that. Kennedy with the torpedo. A great effort. Mitchell kicks it. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Don't know how he managed to get that out of the pack. Nice interception. Passed by Shuey. That's a massive kick. Border Control will be keen to look at this trafficking. Well, despite his best efforts, he can't keep it in play any longer. The ball is in the air. Nat Nui got a fist on it. He's heading for home. Mitchell with a great kick. He sinks his first goal. This is the footy equivalent of rope-a-dope. West Coast are barely hanging on right now. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the Ruckman unleash. Naismith directs it down. Kicked by Pritis. Perfect timing from Gaff.
Gaff may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. LeCras taking aim, sending it on its way. Darling kicks the ball. He's hit the post on the full. He really needs to lift his game.
Nat Nui taps. Curtis approaching home now. Kennedy picks it up. Touched it as it crossed the line. The Eagles not enjoying this. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Aaliyah gets set to kick it back in. Aaliyah holds the ball, and that'll be a free kick for Prentice. It's boot to leather. Darling looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it.
Lloyd is a great overhead mark, but anything below his knees and he struggles to get down for. If he can add that to his game, he's going to go up another level. He lays off the pass. He's intercepted it. He lays off the pass. Mitchell with the spoil. He boots it.
Play on.
He marks the ball.
He opts to play on. Very timely handball by Canterbury. McVeigh taps it. Franklin with the football. Franklin takes a shot. The goal for Sydney. The Swans with the advantage as they lead the Eagles 106-71. More bounce than a dodgy check. Deft touch from Naismith. McGovern approaches tackles like some people approach chocolate. Jack with the football. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richard.
You're right, Dennis. He's an absolute ball magnet.
And it's close to goal as the ball goes over the boundary line. Here we go again. Nat Nui, I've seen better swings on a condemned playground. Canterbury comes away with the ball. Cunningham has the ball. Who was that to? Tippett not getting much of it, Richard.
That's right, Dan. His opponents are all over him.
His first touch of the footy. Franklin drives the ball towards goal. The Swans have scored the last 2 goals. The Swans with a handy break, leading the Eagles 112-71.
Sydney has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around West Coast. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Franklin drives the ball towards goal. The Swans have scored the last 3 goals. Sydney lead West Coast by 47. McGovern guides it. Goes by hand. Franklin is an absolute ball magnet. Franklin lines it up a long way out. Chalk up a goal for Sydney. This kick puts them further into the lead. The Swans have scored the last 4 goals. Sydney leads by 53. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce, laser straight. Naismith wins the tap. Terrible timing by Nat Nui. Franklin taking a chance at goal. West Coast get the free kick as it goes out on the full. Schofield puts it on the boot. Good mark by Cunningham. He steadies now in front of goal, 45 metres out. Going for goal number 1. Tippett the better man there. Handballs out into space. Cunningham gets the tap. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. Did he see a ghost? Well, it's half-time. What have you got to say, Richard?
It looks like West Coast have not been themselves in the first half. I'll tip them to come out firing in the second half. But for Sydney fans out there, it certainly has been a polished first half performance.
We'll go to Richo for the stats.
The tackling has been really equal in this match so far. The Swans 22, the Eagles 19. Sydney and West Coast are close in handballs. Neither team appears to have a distinct advantage.
Enlightening, Richo. Well, that's the first half of the match. Come back in a few minutes and we'll have plenty more footy to play. third term begins.
How you respond to the challenge in the second half will determine what you become after the game, whether you're a loser or a winner.
He gathers the loose ball. Rowan starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side. And we'll get a throw in. Thrown in majestically. Tapped by Nat Nui. Tapped by McGovern is in his possession. Kennedy with the ball. Kennedy was taken high. Kennedy just gauging which way that wind is blowing. 40 metres from home. He hand passes the ball. Yet another possession. Misses the intended target. The Swans add one to their tally. The pressure continues to mount with that goal from Franklin. He'll kick. It's not a bad sort of a kick either. It's a goal. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Naismith thumps it forward. Franklin with no other option but to put it to the empty space. McGovern thinks that was holding the ball and the umpire agrees. McGovern spears the ball. Nice contested mark by Prittis.
Prittis is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. Kennedy plays on. He slams that on the boot. He takes a strong mark. He slams that on the boot. That's a nice strong mark.
His stab kick once killed a small dog. I'm kidding. The dog was huge. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark, minus the peg, 50 metres from home. Going for goal number 1. Darling saying a little prayer. To be generous, you'd say he was just wide of the mark with that shot. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Sydney have been taking the time to size up the right option at the right time, so they haven't been hurt on the turnover. And that's why they're on track to win this match.
Going for goal number 5. That's a very well executed goal. He's kicked a bag of 5. Not a bad result. Aaliyah extends the lead from that kick. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Both rucks have a fair shot at this one. Naismith wasn't even close to that tap, and he'd be crazy to think that type of effort will win anytime soon. Lobs the handball. Franklin heads in for the goals. Sydney by 70. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui with the hit. Shuey pounds it long to his teammates. Ball over the boundary line. Umpire calls for a boundary throw. The ruckmen are locked in battle. Nat Nui with the tap. The ball spilled loose by Jack. Tapped by Darling. Lloyd gets the ball out of the pack. He picked it up off the ground. Sharing is caring. Kicks it. Dio takes advantage. Rowan intercepts it. He gives the ball away. Wins the hard ball. Chips it down towards half forward. Great mark under pressure.
Gaff can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. Puts boot to ball. He claims the ball. Passes by hand.
Nat Nui unable to hold on. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. That's number 6. Aaliyah, with that kick, has increased the lead. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Naismith with a big fist on it. The bouncing ball is controlled. McGovern with the running catch. Choose to kick it. And the mark will be paid.
Rampy, he's the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. He's got a handball away. Mitchell gets him for holding the ball. Sending it on its way. He marks the ball. He slams that on the boot, Gaff. Takes the mark.
Pumps it inside the 50. Kennedy got under it. You heard the umpire. Kennedy just gauging which way that wind is blowing. What a great goal by Kennedy. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. Nice bounce.
Naitanui got a really good footballing brain. That's an elite skill handballing when being tackled. Franklin plays it off to the man on the run. His approach looks good. Score for the Swans.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Look at that bounce. Naismith. Try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from the guy wearing makeup. He's got the football now. Dowling comes away with the ball. Dowling throws the ball. Free kick. Grundy aims for his man on the ground. He handballs it. Franklin goes goalward. It's true. The league record is under threat here. Sydney in front. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. First hand's important. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. The spiralling torpedo from Franklin. Franklin goes long and gets the goal. The lead has been increased. Sydney have scored the last 2 goals. The Swans by 88.
Franklin often has to shoot with very little time and space. He just has that innate sense of knowing where the goals are, even when he's being tackled.
Nice bounce. Big thump from Naitanui. He gains possession. Lobs the handball. He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, it's fair to say he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. Franklin onto the ball. And he's heading for home. A goal for the Swans. This kick stretches the lead. Sydney leads by 94.
The Swans are just really comfortable kicking for goal on the run because it's just an extension of their normal field kicking and they have absolutely no issues there.
Methodically, the umpire bounces it beautifully. He receives the handball. Interception. Choose to kick it. Something has gone on behind play and there will be a free kick. This game is slowly slipping out of their grasp. They must convert here.
Kennedy is just ridiculously consistent. I'd like to see a clanger from him for a change. When coaches have someone like him in the lineup, they can just sleep a lot easier knowing how reliable he is.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Puts the head down as he runs in. Franklin unloads one towards goal. Schofield kicks. McGovern with the mark.
The Eagles have been able to take more marks out there, but most of these have been from playing possession footy. They need to start taking a few more risks out there. Puts boot to ball. That's a nice, strong mark.
McGovern feeds it wide. Somehow found more room on the boundary than Wayne Harms. Kicks it across the ground. Hearn claims the ball. Puts boot to ball. Heaney with the kick. Takes that one strongly. Works it across the ground. Franklin gets the upper hand. He steadies now in front of goal. 50 metres out. Well, if you could hand-pick a position, this is it. Straight in front of the goals. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? The Swans with the advantage as they lead West Coast 178-84.
Franklin is a thumping kick of the footy. He can kick it out of view if he wanted.
Naismith somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. Going for goal number 1. Franklin with the mark. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. 20 metres out. The Swans lead West Coast 184-84.
Franklin is an incredible straight shooter. either. No angle seems too sharp for him. Pushing him out wide really doesn't increase his chances of missing. In fact, I think he likes the challenge.
All is in readiness. The bounce straight down. Cleared by Naismith. Tapped by McGovern. Gains possession. Nothing presenting. He fires it to an empty space. Mitchell guides it. He controls the bouncing ball. Nat Nui intercepts it. He spears the ball. Nice mark there. Not a pretty drop punt, but it gets away okay. Kennedy really got onto that one, right off the sweet spot.
Mitchell really wears his heart on his sleeve. Great hands. He slams that on the boot. Lloyd with the mark. He handballs it.
Aaliyah going for number 7. A magnificent kick right through the middle. A 7th goal. That's incredible. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Great bounce. Nat Nui without a touch. The clearance by Naismith. Franklin holds the ball, and that'll be a free kick for McGovern. Kicked by McGovern. Hill presents and takes the mark. Low spearing kick. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Works it across the ground. Dowling couldn't hold on to that one. Nat Nui will take the free after the ball was thrown. Nat Nui will realise the precarious position his team faces and knows he must convert. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce straight down. Nat Nui totally outclassed in that contest. Shuey has him for holding the ball. Kicked by Shuey. Nat Nui has it. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. 35 metres out. They desperately need this goal to stem the flow. It's still an uphill battle. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce.
The Swans are dominating the clearances and really giving their forwards plenty of opportunity, and I think that's why they've got the lead. Franklin slams the ball to his boot. Handballs it into open space. Franklin shoots for goal. Nice kick, just a little bit too wide, and it's bounced off the post.
That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
No questioning whether the Eagles can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. West Coast need to start kicking more direct for goal. It's a mark. Maston puts his boot on it.
And the ball goes sailing out of bounds. The Ruckmen battle for position. Nat Nui got a fist on it. He lays off the pass. Marston with the mighty fist. Jack aims for his man on the ground. He must have intended to kick that somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. 60 metres out. Schofield dishes it off by hand. Hearn gives it back. Bumps the pigskin. McGovern having no trouble taking that one. Puts boot to ball. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Kennedy sends the ball on its way. Has he? Yes, he's paid it.
McGovern has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays. Great move to be able to work into an uncontested position. Jack with good strong hands. Parker has the football.
He hand passes the ball. Schofield intercepts it. Can you count that as a moral victory? There could be a short option here. Papley marks it. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Passed by Tippett. The ball is hammered towards goal by Franklin. The Swans by 102. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The ball bouncing well. Nat Nui with the tap. He controls the bouncing ball. He gets his hands on the footy. A good third quarter. What do you think, Richo?
If Sydney can maintain their structures and continue playing on their terms, then this game is a foregone conclusion. So it's just about the last roll of the dice if West Coast can tend to make any inroads to this deficit.
The third quarter ends with some high scoring on the board. Let's go to Richo now and take a look at the stats.
Neither team showing any superiority in the tackling count today. Really close, locked horns in the tackle contests, 33-32. The Eagles and Sydney are very level on the possession count, which reflects the evenness of this contest.
Insightful, Richard. Bounce is dead straight. Naismith with the mighty fist. Shuey has the ball. Lovely hand pass, hits the man. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Good drop punt by Rampy. Marks. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. 50 metres from home. He's elected to play on. Tarkic with the hand pass. He's had lots of touches this match. A goal for Sydney. This one gives them an even bigger lead. Sydney have scored the last 2 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Franklin wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club.
Nat Nui with the hit. A favourable bounce. He collects the loose ball. Grundy with the tap. Sends the ball out into space. Wellingham doesn't waste that opportunity. No one troubling him there. McGovern sends the ball on its way. Kicks. Marston takes the mark. Gets boot to leather. Takes the mark all by himself.
Even though the Eagles were behind on the scoreboard, I think they'd be proud of their dominance in the marking contests, and so they should be. Shuey with the shot. West Coast get the badly needed goal.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Nat Nui with the tap. Lobs the handball. Darling heads in for the goals. Lecrae made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Hits the running man. Grundy has had plenty of it, Richo.
He's using the ball superbly, Dennis.
He's got the football now. McGovern has caught him for holding the ball. McGovern slams it on the boot. Prentice gets the upper hand. No, that's just giving the ball away. Kennedy gets collected by the tackle. Jeddick aims for his man on the ground. Good tap from Jack. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. That play is as high-tech as a campfire. Stabs the ball. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark.
Shuey is a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often. He picks it up. He's unable to hold on. Alia tackles him to the ground. Grundy handballs it. Nat Nui gets bumped. Puts boot to ball. Hill with a strong mark.
Kennedy controls. Not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but the ball has changed possession. Kicks it. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. 30 metres out. An easy angle for Kennedy. It's an understatement to say they really need this one. A big margin, but lots of time left. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game.
Naismith is the heart and soul of this footy club. I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. He gets his hands on the footy. That's a good aggressive tackle. Gets a handball to the running man. He can't hold on. He slams that on the boot. Gaff with a strong mark. Puts boot to ball. Jack with the ball.
Jams it on the boot now. The loose ball picked up. McGovern has had plenty of it, Richo.
I can't believe it, Dennis. He just keeps surprising us up here in the commentary box. No questioning whether the Eagles can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. West Coast need to start kicking more direct for goal. Lining it up with the goal now. Puts boot to ball. A great mark under pressure.
He ran across the mark. It'll be 50. Pinpoint accuracy from Darling. That's 2 now. He's playing well. Here's the bounce. Nat Nui got the hit out. Grundy sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Kicked by Mitchell. Marston presents and takes the mark. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop pass. Great grab.
The Swans could bypassing their forward targets and having shots on the run with very few marks inside forward 50.
The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Great bounce. Big thump from Nat Nui. Kennedy holding the ball as he's collected by Shuey. Shuey kicks it. Steady hands there as he holds that one.
Nat Nui is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Alia just flattened him. Smith's given away the free kick. He gets boot to the ball. Strong mark there. Darling kicks it. That's a nice strong mark.
45 metres out. Lecrae has a shot. It's a question of accuracy. Nice work from Lecrae. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. He gets his hands on the footy. He's running hot, Richard.
Yes, he's had it again, Dennis. He just seems to be everywhere tonight.
Kennedy with the pass. He runs into the goal. Kicked at goal by Franklin. If this game were being played on water, the Swans would be walking on it. The bounce is straight as an arrow. Big thump from Naismith. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Shuey with a big tackle that spills the ball loose. Get that weak shiitake mushroom out of here. Clean pick up by Cunningham. He puts some power into that kick. Great grab.
The dominance we're seeing from Sydney at the moment has come mostly from their running goals. They just haven't been able to get up to the contests and take a mark inside forward 50. Sydney have the advantage on the scoreboard over the Eagles.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Good bounce. Tapped by Naismith. Franklin bumps. Kennedy collects. Lovely hand pass. Hits the man. Canterbury hand passes out to space. Franklin puts his head down and runs in. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce.
Naismith has got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Gaff with the kick. Smith with good strong hands. He lays off the pass. He taps it. He gains possession.
Hand passed by Jack. Franklin is dragged down by Cripps. Jeddick intercepts the bouncing ball. Nice contested mark by that Nui. Boots it. Rampy with the mark. Penetrating hand pass. Schofield taps. Timely handball. Trims the grass with that one. Mitchell aims for his man on the ground. Mills gets the ball. Projectile dysfunction. Serious problem. McGovern plays it off by hand. Shuey was taken high. Bumps the pigskin. Mitchell grabs that one. Gets boot to leather. Jeddick with the mark. Low kick. Great grab.
Shuey doesn't even break stride when gathering the loose ball. Just clean hands. Maston lines up. He kicks it long. Darling marks it.
Darling free kick. Darling with a chance if he keeps a cool head. Nice goal from Darling. That's 4 goals. Big goal for West Coast. Look at that bounce. Claimed by that Nui. Chips it down towards half forward. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Lecrac setting his sights on the goals. 50 metres out. Takes that one strongly. Nat Nui feeds it wide. McVeigh has seen plenty of the footy. The ball crosses the line. The umpire has thrown it in. Punch by that Nui. Shuey with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. West Coast get a goal. Marston kept his cool and gives them a timely goal. Bounce goes the ball. Nat Nui with the punch. Takes control of the bouncing ball. An easy interception for Canterbury. Handball short. And he's heading for home. Franklin shoots for goal. To be generous, you'd say he was just wide of the mark with that shot. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Schofield kicking the ball to himself. Opportunity for Kennedy. He picks it up. And again, Richard.
He has been outstanding all match, Den.
Quick hands find the running player. He runs for home. Fantastic goal by Franklin. This one gives them an even bigger lead. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The bounce. Nat Nui guides it. Squeezes out a handball. Canterbury swoops on the loose ball and will have a change of possession. Lovely hand pass, hits the man. Franklin says, no, I'm over here. McGovern gathers, puts boot to ball. Nice mark there.
Shuey, he's a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often. Cripps shoots for goal. Well, the Eagles needed that goal. Can they build on this now?
The ball bouncing well. Naismith wins the tap. Terrible timing by that Nui. He shows the quick hands. Franklin running in, about to kick. He's missed it. Sydney leads by 36. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. The ball bounced favourably for Heaney. Picked by Canterbury. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Schofield with the interception. Deft touch from Prittis. Jack with the tap. The bouncing ball is controlled. Batted down nicely by Pern. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Finding the running player. Not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but the ball has changed possession. Gets a handball away. Gaff runs past and gets the ball. Mitchell boots it. Dowling is able to grab it on the half volley. Puts the head down as he runs in. Lecrac launches one towards goal. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce.
Nat Nui, he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Jack with the interception. Hearn gets the intercept. Barras with the ball. He kicks the ball, kept his composure then. Puts boot to ball. Shuey takes the mark. Puts boot to ball. Prittis with the ball.
Sends it on its way. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark, minus the peg. Tip it to Wetz. Schofield there to mop it up. Certainly that was not a hand pass. The umpire thinks the same and awards the free. What a game and what a comeback. Kept me biting my nails right till the last moment. Richard, did you enjoy the matchup between the Swans and the Eagles?
The Swans seemed to be a bit spooked by the West Coast pressure early on. However, after starting poorly, Sydney really took on the game and played with freedom. That's what they needed to win.
Final scores are 230 to 150. It's all said and done, it's real and it's been fun.
Cheer, cheer the red and the white. Honour the name by day and by night. Lift that noble banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go in and win over all. While her loyal sons are marching onward to victory.
For this game, we find ourselves at the MCG. Great to be back in Melbourne, the world leader in the number of people around whom you shouldn't make a sudden move. Accompanying me is Matthew Richardson.
Thanks, Dennis. How I've been looking forward to this game all week. Practice matches offer the ideal scenario for experimentation, Dennis. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
Tonight's match between the Swans and the Swans. The Swans lifted by the noise of the crowd as they make their way onto the ground.
Lift that noble banner high, shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go. Cheer, cheer the red and the white, honor the name by day and by night. Lift that noble banner high, shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go in.
We have the toss of the coin. The Swans kicking to the left of screen. I can't wait for this encounter to begin, and I think the crowd would agree with me too. They're on the edge of their seats. The players contest the first bounce.
The best and fastest way to learn a sport is to watch and imitate a champion. So people at home take note.
Down goes Kennedy. Played on. Out of bounds on the full by Kennedy. Kicked by Heaney. Well, he gave it a shot. The bouncing ball is controlled. Parker controls. Hanbury on the ball at the moment. Has it now. Rampede boots it. Hanbury with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball.